Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to another episode of To the Moms podcast with your host, Kathy Amaris. How's everyone doing? Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday, guys.
Sorry if I look a little off. Literally just woke up from my nap. I look puffy.
But I bet that nap felt good.
Oh, good. But I'm going to be up
For a while.
It's gonna be a long night, but it's going to be nice.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys are doing well. Today's episode is a catch-up episode and also talking about all the shenanigans going on in the internet. We just want to shed some light on a few things and talk about what's going on. So yeah, where should we start?
Well, how were you feeling? Because last week you were off.
Yes, I was out of commission. I feel good. It's just my throat still hurts, and at nighttime it's kind of hard to sleep because of I'm coughing a lot. But I'm doing so much better.
That's finally. Good. No, you sound better. I know last week you were like, I can't even talk.
I'm pretty sure I had either COVID or the flu.
Diablo.
Yeah, if I did have COVID, I think I got it from Marilyn, my friend, because we were supposed to jog one day, and she was like, "Oh, me and my whole entire family have COVID," and then a couple of days later, that's when I started feeling sick. So,
gotcha.
I don't know.
It's that season for everybody getting sick.
Yeah, but this season has been hard.
Yeah, I mean this year has been hard.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, bro.
Been 14 days.
What is going on? No,
I forgot it was January. I was like, oh snap, only January.
It's been a hard year.
14 days.
It's only 14 days. And that's why we wanted to do the episode, because so much has happened in the first 2 weeks of the new year, and we need to talk about it.
Yeah.
But first and foremost, we do want to just send some love and prayers to all the families and everyone that's been affected by the LA fires, because it's absolutely devastating. And I wanted to bring that up first because it's just it's so hard to see all the videos and pictures. I have no words.
Yeah, same. It's very hard to want to post, want to make content, just because I feel like I'm living someone's dream, right? Like I am in my house, I'm able to cook, I'm able to sleep in my own bed, whereas other people, I don't know where those people are sleeping at. Do they have relatives? Then I think, well, what about kids' schools? Like, are kids going to school? What about work? What are people now going to lose their jobs? Like, I'm thinking about a lot of things, and it makes me so grateful that we're okay. You know what I mean?
I know. And I was going to say too, I know that there have been so many natural disasters in other parts of the world, but it's just when you see something like this in our country, it's like,
it's crazy.
I don't know. And then, like that could happen.
Right. It's very unpredictable. And like, I know a lot of people, like in Tennessee and Asheville, they're all like, what about us? It's like, no one forgot about you guys.
No one forgot about you guys.
I still think about the hurricane victims. Of course. And I'm like, damn. Like, we were warned that the storm was like coming and stuff like that, but even though they were warned, it's still scary. It's still very scary and unfortunate to lose everything that you have. And then a couple of months later, it's like the LA fires.
It's just crazy. And Blue and I have been like, just when we see these pictures and videos, we're like, oh my gosh, like we've been there, because we used to live in California, and it's just crazy to see. It's so sad. It looks like a scene out of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And I don't know like how long it's going to take. It's going to take years to recover. That everything is gone. I don't know.
It's very sad. I do love that I see their community coming together, and I know you see like celebrities like out showing their support, handing out food to people.
Yeah.
And I love that, because it's not about who's right, who's wrong. It's about, you know what, we all stand and
who's richer, who's poor. It's like
exactly
everyone's coming together. You're right.
And I love that. I love that
Me
so
too.
much. So I just hope between the hurricane victims and the LA fire
Mm-hmm.
victims that everything restores quickly for them.
I know. I just worry with like the lack of insurance for a lot
For
of
some
these
people,
for these
yeah.
LA people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. And really quick, just to touch on a lot of celebrities are getting hate too, and I just
Oh yeah,
don't think it's the time for that
it's not.
because I feel like what we just said doesn't matter if you're rich, doesn't matter if you're poor, like that's trauma. Like losing your
Mm-hmm.
home, especially if you have a family, if you have dogs,
Mm-hmm.
like that's just devastating.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
agree.
I've been keeping up with Heidi and Spencer,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, just seeing like she says that their son Gunnar is going through a hard time because he's confused and he has to go to a
Right.
new school. Like that's really sad.
Mm-hmm. They
Imagine,
don't understand.
yeah, imagine you're like I don't know how old is he? Maybe like 5. Imagine being 5 years old and it's like, oh, like no, we're not. You're not gonna get to go home back to your toys. Like, no, you're not gonna see your the same friends again. You're not gonna see the same teachers. You're going to a whole new school. Like what?
Mm-hmm. Right. It's very confusing for them. It's like, well, what the hell's going on? Like, and they can't comprehend, like, my house burned down. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like, they can't comprehend that. So, whether they're rich or they're poor, their kids don't understand. Their kids are so affected
exactly.
just like any other kid, whether they're
Mhm.
rich or they're poor. So,
Mhm.
I do feel bad for the families. And from my understanding, it was a lot of families that were affected, that
Thousands.
are affected, I should say.
Yeah, thousands of homes, thousands of structures. I mean, I don't know.
It's crazy. I wish there was a way that we can like help. Like I love how
I
people
know.
were like, I'm going to my storage unit to get my squishables to hand out to the kids. And I'm like, I would love
Yeah,
to like drive out in a drop
me
off
too.
station. I don't know if there's anything. I haven't heard anything of the East
Mhm.
Coast doing anything to send anything anywhere.
Maybe we can look into it, and if we find any organizations, we can link them, tag them.
Some way somehow, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll yeah, we'll look into it.
Yeah.
But anyways, what else is going on?
Well, you
The,
brought up
the world
Spencer
of
and
TikTok.
Heidi, and like
Yeah,
they've both been on my FYP, and they never were on my FYP. And I know back in the
same.
day, no one was like a fan of them, but now everyone's a fan of them.
I know. It's funny. Last night I went to bed so late because I was on my FYP, but I kept getting clips of the hills.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I'm like rewatching these clips. I'm like, bro, they really made Heidi the villain versus Lauren, and like Lauren was a mean girl. Like what the hell?
I haven't rewatched those.
Yeah. So I
That's
was watching
funny.
that like all night. Like it was just so funny. Like
It's
he really wasn't
crazy.
that bad as people painted him out to be at the time, you know.
Right? Well, now I'm like curious because I was like, now I'm thinking, was my perception wrong? Did I like fell in this cloud of like hatred towards Spencer or something?
I
Not that
think
I hated the guy. Let me.
no. I will also we were so young watching the show at the
That
time.
is true.
A lot of people in the comments were like, "Well, now that my frontal lobe has has developed, I understand that he's not the problem."
The
So
one,
funny.
the one video that he replied to, the girl was like, "I don't like you or whatever, but I'm here to stick around to hear your hummingbirds." And he was like, "You're blocked. You're not gonna hear my hummingbirds. Bye." I was like, that is the funniest thing in the world. And he's like, he screen recorded blocking her. Oh
Yeah,
my
I know
gosh.
he's so funny, man.
But you know, I love that he's being real. Like, there was another video that
They've
he
always
posted.
been real.
You know what? Now that I'm like
Mm-hmm.
kind of remembering as much, they were very, very real. And one, they're still together, which I'm like, all
I
right,
know.
like they clearly love each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
Like he's hyping her up with like the one single that she has. I didn't realize she had a song
Neither.
out. And I'm like, okay, y'all really do love each other.
Yeah. Oh,
But yeah,
goodness.
it's crazy. 2025 did not think Spencer and Heidi I would be following them.
I know. Same. They're like one of those forgotten celebrities, you know?
Yeah. The TikTok band.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
We don't
guys.
know what's going to happen with that.
I know. It makes me so sad.
It does. Makes me really sad. I feel like none of us would have known like the depth of like the LA fires or any of the hurricanes that have happened in the past without TikTok, because I do feel like
Agree.
news outlet, they do censor it to a degree, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I just love how TikTok, like, there's regular people showing you, this is my front house, this is the back of my
It's
house, this is,
organic.
yes, it's
And
very
you,
authentic and real,
yeah.
and that's what we need in life,
There's
you
no
know.
other app like that.
There's none.
And as far as like on the influencer side, I feel like it's the only app that really sets small creators up for success. No other app does that.
I agree.
So I don't know.
Agree.
I would say like, where are you guys heading to? But I think our followers are all from Instagram. So.
I know. Everyone's like, delete your Meta accounts. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that.
We can't do that for the TikTok.
I can't do that
for the podcast.
I'm like, we can't do that for the podcast.
It's a good social media, but for certain things.
Yeah. That's where things are pretty aesthetically pleasing to look at.
Professional.
You know, like, what other account can I do that on? That's not Meta based.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then to connect with like people from the different country that are family members or like long distance friends, am I gonna say sorry, not gonna talk to you through Meta because like I have a vendetta? No, that doesn't make any sense. That rhymed, right? You know, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, that's how I talk to my aunt from Ecuador from time to time through Facebook, well, it's nice that you use Instagram. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like on it. I mean, I'm on it every single day because I'm an admin on it. And like, that's another thing too. Like, there's all these Facebook groups that I'm in.
Yeah.
For like autism support, autism parents. And it's like, am I just going to ditch that? No, I need that as a resource. So today, like, we need to get rid of Meta accounts. You live the privileged life. Let me just say that. Every time I see that, I'm like, I could tell you don't have a reason to be on this. Like, you're very privileged. Get off of my FYP.
I know. Like, listen, I don't like Instagram, but I love Facebook. I love me some Facebook.
You do?
And they're one and the same. I do. I have, like you said, I have a bunch of resources. That's where I'm in a bunch of mom groups on there. I'm in my sourdough groups. I have so much on there. And that's if I were to connect with, you know, relatives that are in other parts of the world and the country. That's where I would connect with them. So it can't go away. Don't take Facebook out.
Exactly. Don't take Facebook and Instagram out.
Yeah.
You know? So, but people have been going to an actual Chinese app.
I know.
Called
I think that's
Little
so
Red
funny.
Book, and it is the funniest thing in the world because people who are going over there from TikTok to, I'm gonna say it in Chinese just because I think it's very respectful. Like,
it is.
They're learning English. We should learn Mandarin. So, if I remember, is Xiaohongshu. Xiaohongshu, which translates to Little Red Book. And from my understanding, they've explained it is the Chinese version of Instagram because they have their Chinese version of TikTok. It's just not accessible, I think, outside of China or something like that. I just know it's definitely not accessible to us Americans. So it's just funny how everyone is.
I know.
They've set the rules there. They're like, these are things you can talk about. These are things you probably should limit. And then there's things that you just don't talk about. And I'm like, that's amazing.
That's really nice.
I love that.
Like, very accepting.
Yes, very accepting, very welcoming. It's just so nice.
I made an account. I haven't had the time to scroll, but I'm going to do so today.
Some of the stuff is like funny. Yeah. Like what I like is I think TikTok was like the same way too.
Yeah.
You can click on like what you're interested in. So I was like fashion, home decor.
But how did I was trying to select that, but everything was in Mandarin.
Really? Well, I
Yeah.
kind of saw the picture. No, mine was in English. It's still like Mandarin, but
It didn't translate anything for
so
me.
you couldn't pick like home
No,
living, really?
no, everything was Mandarin. So I was like, oh my God,
Hmm,
like, what do I
that's
choose?
interesting.
I
I
don't
don't
even,
know.
I think I pressed skip because to get, like,
Oh,
I saw skip on there, so I was able to
yeah,
skip, but I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah, I'm glad I was able to pick and I was like, okay, we're not gonna go too crazy. We're just gonna start off small. I can't verify my who I am on there. It doesn't let me. It doesn't let me.
I don't think it does for me. Oh, it's a full whole phone number thing.
Yeah, so I think they're trying to figure that out. I was talking to Abraham. I was like, "Well, what's happening?" He's like, "Well, since it's a Chinese app and
Makes sense, I guess.
it probably does have a USA server, but
Mm-hmm.
it's probably small. And since everyone's going over there, it's overloaded. So he's
Um,
like, it's probably not working properly." And I'm like,
that makes
okay,
sense.
okay, good. Because I was getting the text messages, but
That
just
makes
like
me too. Like,
after the 5 minute mark,
yes,
and
yes.
I'm like 10 codes deep at this point. Like,
Mm,
I'm surprised they didn't say, you know what, access denied, get out.
bye. I know. No, same thing was happening to me. And then
So
why is my avatar a block of cheese?
I think oh yeah, yours is a block of cheese. I think I am like a little cat or something, or a little teddy bear. I'm like,
Like,
I
that's
low key
cute.
dig this.
That's
I
cute.
low key dig
I
this.
mean, cheese is my love language, so whatever.
So maybe they knew.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know how long that's gonna last being on Xiaohang
Shao
Shu.
Hang Shu.
But yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what
We'll
happens,
see.
guys.
All the videos on TikTok about it and how
No, they
like
are funny. Keep
they're
sending me
hilarious.
them because I'm like, this is funny. This is comedy gold.
I was showing that to Abe last night. He's like, yo, this is hilarious. I'm like, yeah.
Like the stuff that people come up with. I'm like, how? Like, this is so funny.
Oh my goodness. It's
Yeah.
great. But we'll see. We're still
Yeah.
gonna be on TikTok. I mean, on Instagram. I mean, we're still gonna be on Instagram posting. I guess we'll post more reels on there, like kind of our little
We'll see.
podcast clips. We'll see. I think we're
Yeah.
supposed to know more tomorrow regarding what's happening.
No, is it tomorrow? Or then
Well, the
the ban
19th
is the 19th.
allegedly, but I think what's happening is
Mm-hmm.
I think a congresswoman or a senator, I forget who, they
Yeah.
put in a bill
Oh,
to
yes.
extend it for
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. For 200
200
something.
something days. So I think tomorrow we'll hear the ruling on that. So we'll see.
Like, please don't take it away. I mean, I'm making a little bit of money. I made $2
Yo,
today.
when I saw your TikTok video that in December, you made a good chunk. I was like, get it,
Yeah,
girl.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I'm a small content creator. Like, it just
Mm-hmm.
gives people
Opportunities to stay
opportunities.
home and to like work and bring home some like income.
Yeah, I made
It's
$2
nice.
today. It's only $2, but hey, shoot.
That's $2 more than you had yesterday. Come on now.
Exactly, girl. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm still very
But
low on my following account, which I'm fine with.
I
I'm
mean, you're
fine
gonna
with.
get there, girl.
One day.
You got to be more consistent. That's why.
Yeah, I feel like I was consistent and then I kind of just stopped. I was like, you know what? These LA fires,
I get it.
I
I get it.
can't.
Yeah,
The mental load was just
too
that's
huge.
all I was doing is just looking at LA fire, even on the news. Like I'm watching the
Yeah,
news and
yeah.
I'm on my phone at the same time. I'm with Abraham and I'm just like,
No, it's so
this
bad.
isn't real life.
And it's like,
And
no, go ahead.
and then there's like videos that it could be potential arson.
I know. I mean, who knows?
I'm like, that can't, like, no, 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 no. Like, that's, oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I was just gonna say that everywhere you go to a restaurant, you go to a store, that's what they're
That's
putting.
what they're
That's what's on the
playing.
news. Yeah,
Yeah. It's very devastating. It's like, damn.
it is. If any of our followers lives in California, our hearts go out to you.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. What else is on the agenda? I guess the last hot topic that's going
Yeah.
on TikTok is the whole court,
Yeah, that's what I was with
court
Blake
doc.
Lively.
Yes, Blake
Blake
Lively
Lively and
and
Justin
Justin Baldoni.
Baldoni. Crazy. I did not think it was going to get to this level. and I think Bethany had said something like what is it? She says something along the lines of like, I don't even think Blake thought it was going to get to this point, but now we're here and it's escalated into something.
It's escalated to something that is just like, you should have just kept it shut. Because there's now a lot of people are just like, nah, I think she like made it up or whatever the case is.
He kind of came through with the receipts.
He did. I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw her documents and I saw the text messages, I was like, this is dark humor. Dark humor does not belong in a professional setting. It just doesn't. It belongs in a friendly text message. But let's say you and I, perfectly fine. But if you and I were co-workers, dark humor should not be exchanged. Yeah. And 9 out of 10 times, and I say this from experience, dark... The fuck, you hear that?
Yeah. Spy trucks?
I don't know. That sounded weird. But anyways, dark humor does not belong in a professional setting. It doesn't even belong in a political setting. It just does not belong because you never know when you're saying it, when it's read back, if it's how it's perceived. Why am I fireworks?
Baby, you're a firework. No, but I think especially when you're a celebrity, because you're under a microscope, like you have to be so careful.
Yeah, you do. Like you just can't say things like burn her to the ground, sir. Well, no, who said that? I forget who had said that, but that was like one of the text messages. And I was just like, so that's what I perceived. I was like, this is dark humor.
Yeah,
this is a joke that has gone too far, and now we're in this situation.
I know, and I was definitely on her side in the beginning, but after his lawyer came back and what is it, into the oblivion?
Oh yeah, we're gonna send her to the oblivion, something like that. And I was like,
oh
shit, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then I think in her document she like quoted, or she's using people's TikToks as like evidence against them, something like that. I didn't quite understand, but I saw you. I didn't send you that video.
Maybe you did.
The girl was like, when Blake Lively quoted your TikTok, and it was like TikTok username yada yada yada. And then another girl that I saw, she's heavily in this. She's like a photographer by day, and then just like talks her nonsense at night. And she's going through the documents. She's like, if you have a TikTok account that's like at 95 yada yada yada, you've been cited into her. At yada yada yada, you've been cited. And she named like a 5 people. She's like, there's a lot more of you, but if you talked about Blake Lively, you are cited in these documents. And I was like, oh my gosh,
that's crazy.
It's insane. It's insane. So it's like, what's going on? I just want to see how this ends. And with the LA fires, I'm like, I don't even care about this. Like, I want to know what the end result is.
I know.
To all this nonsense, so people can just stop talking about it. Because the more people talk about it on a daily basis, it just sounds crazier and crazier. And now they're going after Ryan and his Deadpool movie, that Nice Pool.
But then did you see like that one deleted scene of him making, he was making
allegedly making fun of like Justin. I was like, the comparisons are comparable.
Yeah.
Are comparable. And I haven't seen Deadpool, and I actually love Deadpool.
Really?
So now I'm like, I don't know if I can support.
And doesn't he like want rights to the movie now or something like that? Didn't you send
allegedly? Yeah, I allegedly something. Allegedly that's.
If that's the case, then all of this makes sense. But what's a prequel without freaking
a sequel?
A sequel,
or is it? Yeah. Actually, I don't know.
Actually, you're
right.
Is
it a prequel or equal?
It's a prequel.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess they don't have to show because it's before. It's like when she was young.
Us, right? It starts with us.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't.
The movie disappointed me. I enjoyed watching it because most of the scenes were in Jersey City. So me and Blue, oh my god, look, that's in downtown. That's that restaurant. Like, remember we used to go there. So that part was cool. It was okay. I mean, obviously the book is always better, but
right.
I think he did a really good job. But the other, I don't know, her is, it just didn't correlate to the characters in the book. I felt like
Okay.
Like I was expecting Lily to look different.
Okay.
They just made her different. She was just different in the book.
Yeah.
And same with a couple of the other characters.
Okay. I knew Justin would play a good Ryle because there was like a couple of episodes in Jane the Virgin. He had to play like a very depressed, like dark side, and he did that well. So once I came to realize what the movie was actually about, I was like, okay, I could see that. I could see him playing that very well. That's why I love his character Raphael in Jane the Virgin so much, because he had to go through so much in those seasons that I'm just like, you are absolutely amazing. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, no, he was amazing in the movie. And I will say that him and Blake Lively had like really good chemistry.
Oh yeah?
They did, which like, and Blue said the same thing. He's like, I mean, if they hated each other so much, like, you don't have chemistry like that.
Right.
Like, I feel like you would see through that, you know?
Right, like the awkwardness.
Like the tension.
Yeah.
Which is weird, right? I don't know.
That is weird. Yeah. Well, we'll see. That's all I have on my end. Do you have anything else?
Let me double check. No, LA Fires, TikTok, Blake Lively. I did have like Dior bags question mark, but I don't think that
I don't know what's going on with that. Just last week there's a bunch of Dior bags in our neighborhood, and I was like, you know what? They're playing. Just stop.
Yeah, like I'd rather not even.
I don't care. But then like people talk about it and they don't post pictures or like videos, and everyone was like skeptical. They're like, no, and I think you're making it up. Yeah. But Dior bags.
Which you guys, I'm sure you know, that's code
for something.
The stuff that's in the sky in New Jersey, other parts in the world, but particularly here.
Yeah. All right. I think we should end it here.
Let's end it here. All right, you guys. Thank you for sticking along the episode with us. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Have a good rest of the week. Catch us on hopefully TikTok if it's still there. Might not be there by the time this episode actually. It'll still be.
It'll still be there.
Yeah, catch us on there at YouTube and what else? Instagram. Goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Have a great week.